Well, as coronation preparations continue across the nation, we, the public, see just a fraction of what goes into making such a monumental event work. So what happens behind closed doors? Well, someone who knows is the former Royal Butler Grant Harrold, who served in the royal household between 2004 and 2011. Grant joins us now live somewhere, I think, Grant, in the Irish Sea. Is that right?
Yes, I'll quickly mention I am on a ship. I'm not just floating in the sea.
You're not swaying.
On a, no, I'm not. Well, we're swaying a little bit. We're on a Coronation Cruise, so we're having a bit of a party, if I can say that.
Oh, fantastic. That sounds amazing. I'd like to hear about that in a minute. But first off, I have to ask you, what will preparations be like behind the scenes? Because we've been hearing about what King Charles is like as a person, but I can't imagine the level of stress there is to get something like this off the ground.
I think this is the thing. You know, we haven't had this happen in 70 years, and this is a big occasion. And a lot of people have said you can't get this wrong. You don't get a chance to make a mistake with this. They get one chance, and the King's not somebody that, from my experience, he's very confident. He knows exactly what he's doing. I think the new Queen Consort, I'm sure, as your other guest was just saying, I think that there will be nerves. I don't think that's not possible for her not to be nervous, but they're aware that the world is going to be watching. I can't even imagine the audience numbers, and they want to make sure they get it right. So I think behind closed doors, as we speak, there'll be rehearsals that have been going on. Well, we know there's been rehearsals going on, both I believe at the Palace and at Westminster. Getting ready for this. And I don't just mean the military we see, I think they'll be doing the rehearsals as well, because on that day, on Saturday, they get one chance to get it right, and they want to make sure, unlike it's happened in previous coronations, including Queen Victoria's, they'll want to make sure that they get this right.
I mean, Grant, we've just been talking about, you know, the man behind the crown and how important the religious elements of this ceremony are going to be. But there will also be a family element to this, rather closer to home for the King. Now, there has been some drama, I think it's fair to say, between, you know, William, Harry and King Charles over the last couple of months. Do you think that that is going to come into play over the weekend, or do you think the King will want to avoid it altogether?
I think the focus is obviously going to be the coronation. That's the main thing. I've been asked, do I think this will be an opportunity for the family to discuss what's happened, to discuss the future? I think the reality is, if the reports are true that Harry is only going to be here for a few hours and then will leave again, it's highly unlikely that there will be any discussions or any meetings at this point. Obviously, he's come along, which I think is fantastic. He's come along to support his father and his brother and the family, to be there, to show his support. And that's what's important. And as far as the fact he's coming his own, the reasons behind that, it's difficult for me to comment on that. I mean, I'm sure we've all got different opinions, but I think he has made the right decision, that he's going to be there on his own. He's going to be there to support his family. And I said, sadly, on this occasion, I don't think, certainly not with his father, I wouldn't rule out any possibility of speaking to his brother, but I don't think with his father there's going to be time to be sitting down having kind of discussions about what's taking place, because there's obviously something really important going on, which is his father's coronation.
Yeah, it will be fascinating to watch those family dynamics. I have to ask you, before I let you go, you are on a coronation cruise. What exactly does that entail?
Well, it's great fun. It's Princess Cruises, which have been doing this for quite a few years, and they very kindly, you must I'm absolutely mad, they very kindly invited me to come on the cruise over the weekend, a couple of the ships. So I'm basically going from one ship to the other. This is my second ship. I'll be going on the third one on Saturday, and we're basically just going along, sharing my memories, some of my stories, and having a bit of a party for the coronation. And I can imagine on Saturday there's going to be lots of celebrations, and obviously going to be getting broadcast across the ships. So it's going to be it's very exciting. It's great fun to be here.